Hello, everybody. Welcome to Piece of Pat Paints. I'm Pete. I'm not Pete. I'm Pat. I'm having some allergies today, so I'm a little like loopy. I'm all right. I just kind of sometimes the pressure makes me I don't know. I don't quite slur my words yet. I'm afraid that when I get a little bit older, if I could like start slurring my words, be like, oh man, that's not good. Because the pressure does make me just a little bit drowsy and a little bit woozy. It's kind of like I've been drinking without actually having drank anything. Except for it's not as fun. I don't know. You don't have like the hyper excited part of it, which that sucks. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's paint some Death Guard. We are doing good here. I did some more test work yesterday evening to get us kind of up in here. Hey, it's Silver Scratch Push. It's good to see you. Working on the new Death Guard Combat Patrol. Excellent. We're doing, this is from the Dark Imperium box, so it's a lot of fun. So yep, that one test all worked out just fine. It's a good look. It's a lot of they look like Death Guard. That's for sure. I think I might come on, Mr. Camera, grab a good look of it. Maybe if we go all the way into it. Yeah, Death Guard are cool. They're fun. It's been a lot of fun to paint him so far. Yeah, it just seems to like it down here. Anyway, so we got that one rocking, and we got this one that's moving right along. I gotta work on his tentacles and stuff a little bit more, and then he should be finished. I want to do their bases. I gotta decide how I want to do that. I almost want to put them on like some crisp, clean, old school flock. Make it like old Warhammer figures, what we used to do back when I was a lad. Okay, so so this is the guy we were working on before. We need to drill out this barrel. We forgot to do that when we were putting it together. Luckily, this one actually has kind of a slot, so it makes your life a little bit easier. You can kind of see where it's supposed to go. Most of them don't. Most of them are just flat. I always recommend that you make a mark first with an X-Acto knife, kind of right in the middle. Kind of just stab it, give it a little bit of a twist. Kind of establish the middle. This will help make sure you don't drill, into the wrong part of the barrel. And I really like this one. I have this other one because this one doesn't actually go down small enough. I need to get a different head. Man, this one that you can put in your palm, this thing is legit. lined up, make sure you're staring. I'm kind of watching down the barrel of the gun in this little saw, well, it's a knife, this little knife to kind of make sure I'm good and lined up so that I don't drill at an angle. Now, some guys can do this with a Dremel. When I was a kid, or younger, I should say kid, when I was in like my 20s and 30s, I could do that. But nowadays, I get a little shaky for that, so I'm like, yeah. So we just want to establish a nice barrel. So that when we paint this in black, it'll look more like it's recessed. That's the idea. Okay, so now what I ended up doing was, because remember we did that was Hooker's green, and then a dry brush of a sack green tinted with a cadmium medium hue, and then this is Winsor Newton olive green with a little bit of Naples yellow. We're just kind of using that to kind of highlight a little bit of stuff. Or anywhere where we've got, I'm going to bring just a little bit more light out. We're adding that in there. And put just a little down here. We want to bring out all these things as best we can. Now top we want to leave pretty bright. So down here we're going to be a little bit more sparing. A little lighter touch maybe. And when we clean up, we're gonna put some pretty nasty washes on here. So anything that we want to leave darker, we can leave more of the wash on, and that's helpful. Nice tight brush strokes. If you can manage them. That's some sort of tentacle or something right there. It's not actually his armor. It's not what that is. The armor's under it, but that's like a tentacle or something. So we'll just do a little bit right here. And it's amazing how much this stuff, once it dries, it fades down a lot. And that plus the washes we'll put on here really will bring it back down. Gives us a chance to get a little bit more definition out of everything. Make sure you breathe. My allergy got me so bad. I feel like I'm gasping for air a lot. I don't think I am, but it definitely feels like it. Face feels swollen. Now, we're kind of going for a mix between speed and look. So we want a pretty decent look. We're also trying to get things accomplished. We're also working within a because it's a commission, so there's the amount I put into it is based on how much the customer is looking to spend on the item, you know. So you kind of want to put in plenty of good work for it, no matter what. But you gotta remember that your every hour that you put in is worth your time, or is your time, and that's your. So no, don't get yourself caught up in something you're not willing to put the time in for the amount of money you quoted. I'm excited to paint these death guards, so I'm very happy with the price I quoted. But that's just me. And what I think and what other people think are really different, because everybody's time is worth different amounts to them, you know. But if you're looking to sell commissions and stuff, that's my advice. Make sure you're doing it at a price that you feel is acceptable, because that's what you need to do. Otherwise, you end up getting bitter, and you don't want to do all that. I wanted to get my hands on some dang death guard for so long. I almost leapt out of the chair at the chance. Okay. Sure. Now this is a dark silver by Pro Acryl. I'm going to use it for some of this here. When I paint for someone else, I tell them up front it's going to take a few months to paint it. My rate hour paint on ain't cheap. Yeah, it's all it really depends on, like I said, like individuals' preferences, and you know what the person's expecting you to do. You know, there's a big difference in one to another, because sometimes somebody just needs them done up real quick. Hey, it's Sir McBeardsly. Good to see you, sir. And they're not really, they're not looking for like, super hardcore things. You just can almost do a zenithal highlight and then dip them and send them off. But some people really want they want a nice artistry to them. You gotta balance all that out, man. That's just part of the game. All right, now we're giving that green a chance to wash, or chance to settle in. I'm gonna take a little bit. This is a raw umber. Wash. It's pretty thin. I'm gonna throw that down next, and we'll come back. You can even do a burnt umber if you wanted a little bit more reddish brown. You can do a mix. You could do a little bit of both. This is kind of giving us that mud. Caked on mud, grime, what have you. If you got a little too thick, just add a little water to it. I'll pull around a little bit more for you. Anywhere it's pooling too much, you go ahead and pull it out and move it to another location. I paint to a semi-competitive level, commission work to a high competition level for the centerpiece. Yeah, to me it just depends on what they want. I'm gonna paint them depending on, you know, like I said, it's easy to knock out, you know, things that don't have to be painted to a super high level. You can just knock that crap out in a quick second, make a few shekels, and move on. But some people do want to pay for the high competitive level stuff. I have more time on my hands though, so you know. This is the same wash going over all these skulls. Just burnt umber, or not burnt umber, raw umber. This part kind of makes everything easy. Death Guard are fun to paint because you can kind of be a little bit sloppy, and it kind of works out if you're you get a little bit more leeway. You can do a little bit more fun. You can stipple things a little bit. I was actually thinking about adding maybe some blood effects to these guys. There you go. I got too many kids to be able to do it every day. They do keep you busy, them chickens. Alright, that's a good start there. Dang, old fingertips starting to get a little numb. Let it ever chill out. Oh man. Don't you hate when you're out of coffee like that? I just wanted to get a little taste. Alright, there we go. Alright, well, now that dries. Come through and all these cables, I'm gonna drop Payne's Gray. on the parts that are not the exposed hosing underneath. Yeah. We'll come back and hit that up with some lead belcher here shortly. I like the Payne's gray because black just looks too, I don't know, black. This looks more like rubber black to me. Make sure I have all of them. I thought there was none. There it is. And it also looks good like underneath. If we do have to paint metal on top of things, it'll look good. This cable started looking more like something that's flesh. You could paint it flesh and it would look fun. Little iridescent bronze here. I tried using that Citadel bronze. I hated it. So I'm back to the one I like. As it should be. Sure you got all. Really getting the edges of those shoulder pads. Maybe we need to touch a rough iron. We need some more metallics here. Since we're not doing any non-metallic metal work today on these guys. So this is rough iron by Army Painter. This is a pretty fun. I love this paint. We use this a lot. And it would look great on Death Guard for sure. I really dig this model. A lot of fun. All his smokestacks. All the exhaust. It's funny stuff. hose or is that supposed to be a weld? So sometimes it's hard to tell what they're trying to do. It looks like a hose. It would be funny to make it a weld. Alrighty. A little bit of lead belcher here to finish things off. We should do that knife in the iron color. Make it look like a dirty old shiv. It's funny how these some of these metallics are so subtly different. Hope we didn't get that back in. I'll have to come in and come back and get her. That. One of these days I wanted to make some Helldiver models. So you put in a display case. A company called Yaru's had a Bile Titan. But the detail is very simple. I want one with a... Oh, okay, yeah, Yaru's is the company that makes the... Huh. Bile Titan. Not like Bile. Bile Titan STL. Oh man, it looks like a Tyranid. Here's one on Colts right now. Looks a little bit like it's like a crab. That might be that same file printed. You could always add like a textured paint to it. That's kind of fun. The bust. That'd be cool. Bile Titan trophy. Anyway. U2s. U2s. That's a fun name. Alright, so we'll pale terracotta again. Try to bring that tentacle to life. while I'm doing this while I try to figure out what the heck I was doing before I got distracted. That's the best part about YouTube. Is getting distracted. What you're doing. I miss it when I used to paint in class and stuff with my friends and things. On any of those times, I always enjoyed that because you had that little bit of distraction. It kind of makes it. It just makes it go better. Biles Titans are like 3 stories tall. We get sworn by 5 of them. Got sworn by 5 of them last night. U2 is cute collectible models. They're very simple to tell, which is normally fine, but for a Bile Titan, I want to put real and grotesque. I get that. Blow dry the paint. Use that one. Alrighty. Back it very, very carefully. Bring these skulls back out. Try to focus mostly on the foreheads. I find if you can at least get the foreheads to start coming out, it makes it a little bit easier to see what you're doing. And you can also get to a point where you're like, okay, I'm good. Because you can at least see all the skulls. Very carefully. Come on, Mr. Camera. Grab it. Such a fine detail. They're so tiny. Itty bitty. Give this one a second coat and probably get its wash done today. We're doing alright. I thought it was much later. They added a few new bugs, one of them being the dragon roach, which is basically a Bile Titan with wings and breathes neon green fire. How delightful. Sounds like you're fighting Tyranids. That's for sure. There's a Hive Lord, which is just Shia-Lud, but a bit more bug-like. So instead of a giant worm, it's a little bit buggish. That's funny. It's the buggish, ruggish bone. Basically, but they're called Terminids. Oh. Man. I'm surprised GW is allowing this. Honestly, that's pretty on the nose, y'all. I like it. Eat it, James Workshop. Oh man, it's good times. Yeah, Tyranids are more actual buds. The Tyranids are more like xenomorph bugs. Either riding a fine line, man. I like it. Listen, if there's any company out there that deserves it, it is definitely James C Workshop. The C is for con. Con artist, man. I swear. They got us all buying this plastic and thanking them for it. Thank you, sir. I have another. What that is. This is a little yellow fleck. Nose. Making sure the bubbles pop over the holes. This is why I keep blowing on it. For those of you who are like, what is this weirdo doing? Why does he keep blowing on this thing? That's why. Fat Man's Kitchen, I love it. I cannot wait for the plastic fell blade. Oh yeah. Make a great offering to the grandfather. Sort of like old Apog Plague Reaper. Love it. That's good shit. I'm pretty happy to paint them. It's kind of, I have so many dang armies though, so I'm kind of glad that it's going to get painted and it can go on out of here. Because I do not have room to house another army at this time. Now that's Alizarian Crimson by Golden. The reason I love this one is that when it dries, it's kind of like, it looks sticky wet. So it really helps give you a little bit of that, that real tentacle ooziness to it. Alright, let's see. And these guys are littered in details. So make sure you're paying attention. Get them all knocked out. I want to do at least one great demon engine. And a greater demon per chaos god. Nice. Already got a scratch build. G-U-O in the painting phase. Nice, man. That's super cool. I'm always bouncing around from all sorts of different things. I just got done painting a bunch of demons for a different company altogether. You know, 3D prints. I do a lot more 3D printing and painting than I do painting Warhammer stuff. She's got so dang expensive. I like that. Might do the casing in that actually. Give it a little bit more distinction. Kind of the fun of Death Guard there. You don't have to stay too regimental. Maybe a little yellow ochre for that goo. Ochre's a nice mucusy yellow. It looks like you shouldn't be this. Things shouldn't be this color. A little bit of burnt sienna for a little bit of leather or whatever this is. It's got it tied together. You just keep seeing little bits and picking them out. That's the name of the game. Oh, we gotta do this. This thing, whatever this thing's supposed to be. Not exactly sure. This is a totem. mean, it's obviously it's a skull with stuff hammered into it. Somebody shot. Sounds like part of when I got his hand. Yeah, I've been kind of battling. I had COVID a little while ago, and then I got over that, and then now my allergies are just kicking the snot out of me. They're fun to paint. It's not. It doesn't take a whole lot. Yeah, but they're, yeah, I agree. There's so many little details on them that if you really want to get crazy with it, you could get super Captain Insano. But if you could just cover them all in green and go, and you'd be fine. But yeah, there's a lot in there you can play with. Okay, I think we're ready for the nasty wash. All right, so speaking of Papa Nurgle, here's the big nasty. So I make this stuff out of mineral spirits and oil paints. It's kind of like non-oil or whatever, but not exactly. This stuff is super thin and it runs like crazy. So you want to be very careful with it. But it works wonders. It makes things go real fast. As far as getting it to darken up for you. And it looks grimy and oily. I do know corn. I'm gonna get to use 2 defiler kits to make. Oh, there you go. An old brass scorpion. Like I said, this stuff makes things pretty quick and easy. It's almost like cheating, really, but that's all right. Careful around these skulls. Oh, I don't know, man. Necron's maybe the actual easiest to paint. They don't have the range Death Guard do, but the easiest might be. And Necron are really easy to paint. They're not always the easiest to put together, though. Man, that oh, who is that? Illuminor Xeris? Holy mackerel, that kit was wild. It made no sense. Half the time I was just kind of trying to figure out the heck they were even trying to tell you to do with it. I was like, you want me to put what and where? Oh man, Ex-wife asked me to do that once. I told her no too. That's funny. Kind of. All right, so now we got a nice, ugly-looking marine here. Now, if you feel like you got a little too much on there, you can carefully kind of sponge a little bit of it away. Especially in places where maybe you obscured some of your details and you want to kind of bring them back, whatever. Now, I would not recommend you rub on it too much because it will actually take the paint off it. But, so you can do a little bit of dabbing. You can do a slight rub, be okay. I usually just dab it away. Overall, it's a fast, easy way to get that done. Oh, yeah. Oh, Stormcast heads to do porcelain dolls. That's clever. I like that. I wanted to do. I'm thinking about doing I'll probably just do a kill team of them, but do Marines and actually take their heads and 3D print Smurfs heads and put Smurf heads on them, just to like lean all the way into it. Or like Smurfs and Blueberry, like if you could make an anthropomorphic Blueberry face or something like that, it would be hilarious. Like something from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs or something, and put that in as the heads, Blueberries and Smurfs. And just be like, yeah, here they are. That would always be a good one. So, yeah. But after we get done with these guys, we're going to move on to we're going to do the other part of this box as Death Watch. So that'll be fun. So Death Guard and Death Watch. I get all the death. I have Death Wing. So like I literally have painted all the death. Well, probably not. Because it's Warhammer. And there's just so much more. There's always so much more. It's the craziest thing about this particular game hobby. Both, if we're honest, game hobby. It's like there's always more of it. It's like as soon as you think you know everything about it, you're gonna turn around, you're gonna find out you don't really know. So, and then it changes. So as soon as you think you know something, then you don't. Or like sometimes the things that you shouldn't know, they try and explain, and then they just make it terrible. Like the Terminus Decree is awful, and now my Grey Knights will languish away forever. So, Deathcore Creed, that'd be cool. Current thing I'm painting is a Night Lord's Defiler. Near stock. Did some bolter parts for the combi bolter. Oh, nice. Deathcore Creed, nice. Yeah. Creed will be fun. I think if I could ever get anybody want to do one of those commissions, I'd definitely do some Creed. They're pretty neat. So, well, we're now at the Cinderella time, so it's time for me to turn into a pumpkin and skedaddle on out of here. Thank you everybody for showing up. I really appreciate it. Silver Scratch Build Production, awesome. Fat Man's Kitchen, the incomparable Sir McBeardsly, who's our wonderful moderator. Really appreciate everybody who comes by and chit chats with us. It definitely makes the show go a whole lot smoother. It just seems more entertaining. It's a lot more fun on my end too. And, it's not like I'm just painting to the void. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Probably do a little bit more Death Guard, or do a little bit more of these Marines. I'm gonna try to show a couple of the other little things that are on them, because there's a bunch of different stuff. I hear some of them have some cloth, and some of them have some bugs, and there's some that with plasma weapons or whatever. So it'll that way we can show up a couple of things. I don't think I'm gonna do any crazy OSL or anything like that because we're trying to get this smooth done and out of the box and going out of here. But yeah, that's about it. So, be nice to somebody. Be nice to yourself. Be nice to people you don't know. Just be nice. It'll help. I promise. Anyway, we're gonna talk to you later. Bye.